Hello, my name is Mike Brown, and this is my final presentation for EDLD 7536, Developing Professional Learning Communities. When I began this journey, I only knew professional learning communities as they were implemented at my school. I had heard the term and had even been involved in what we were calling professional learning communities. Some of the strategies for professional learning communities had been implemented, but having served at two different schools, first as a teacher and now as an assistant principal, I found that not everybody means the same thing when they talk about PLCs. As I began reading our text, Learn by Doing, I realized there are certain things that we have not yet accomplished. In this presentation, I have taken a quote from the text. I have added some personal quotes from one of our assignments that will guide us moving forward. I'll present the slides and the quotes and provide links to my portfolio and our final assignment, both of which I believe will provide the information that is at the center of what I'm taking away from this class. I believe that to create an effective professional learning community, that we need to have an effective definition of what a professional learning community is. According to Richard Dufour, the essence of a professional learning community is stated in three big ideas. Let's look at these. Big idea number one. The purpose of our school is to ensure all students learn at high levels. Big idea number two. Helping all students learn requires a collaborative and a collective effort. Big idea number three. To assess our effectiveness in helping all students learn, we must focus on results, the evidence of student learning, and use results to inform and improve our professional practice and respond to students who need intervention or enrichment. I will address how these three big ideas have impacted me and will hopefully guide the development of our professional learning communities as we move forward. Let's look at the first big idea, ensuring that all students are learning at high levels. According to Dufour, the question, learn what, is one of the most significant questions members of a PLC will consider. I remember when our school system first started talking about collaboration and data collection. It seemed like it would take away from our focus on teaching. I've learned since that it did change our focus from teaching to what was being learned. This is important if we're going to go beyond covering standards to develop students and increase achievement. The second big idea deals with collaboration and the efforts of the school as a whole. Fortunately, collaboration has never been an issue for me. I taught Georgia history with a great friend and a great teacher who I collaborated with every day. He literally taught me the standards before I presented them to the students. We spent hours trying to determine what we wanted students to know. We developed common assessments, both formative and summative, because it only made sense that our students were learning the same things. We not only shared assessments, we shared the data that we gleaned from the assessments and changed the assessments as needed. The third big idea deals with results. If we're collaborating and we're collecting data to ensure that we know whether or not students have learned, we must then focus on the results so that we can respond to all students, both those who need intervention and enrichment. Finally, in this presentation, I've taken the final assignment, which was to create a presentation for our local board on how I would implement the professional learning communities. I've created a link to that assignment for more detail, but for time's sake, I will only share those steps here. Step 1, establish a shared vision. Step 2, establish a common understanding. Step 3, establish learning requirements. Step 4, establish a collaborative culture. And step 5, establish a results-centered focus. For further information, I have created a link to my leadership portfolio where I have posted artifacts and rationale for those artifacts on the page entitled ELDL 7536, Developing PLCs. Thank you so very much for your time.